It's post time. We're here at the 21st annual DSOA Awards Banquet. It's a beautiful, rainy, warm night here in the middle of January.
Whoa, wait a minute. Give me that, Bill.
You didn't hear about the change?
What change?
It's, you're out, my dear. This is the new look.
Welcome to Post Time, everybody. It is the DSOA Awards Banquet. That is why my buddy Bill Ellis is with us tonight, and he is helping me host the annual awards. Bill, it's so great to see you. I hate going a year without seeing you.
It's a lot of fun being here. Every year, I tell you, the people look great. The people in Delaware are so friendly. It is. I really enjoy coming here every year from Massachusetts.
I do appreciate that, because I do think that we are a very, very friendly state. And even better than us being friendly, there's no taxes when you go shopping. You go to the Dollar Tree, everything actually is $1. We want to remind everyone, Bill is in the Hall of Fame in New England for the Harness Raiders. He is an accomplished announcer, and we also want to mention that he's done a little bit of driving as well. How has your year been?
I drove once again this year. Horse broke in the first turn, but we managed to get up, and we lost by about 2 lengths at the end. And I'm telling you, it's my dream every year just to drive that one time. And after he broke, I said, I got to get at him to get close to the race, you know, fulfill my dreams. So it was close. It was a good race. It was a beautiful gray horse, and he carried me a long way.
Every year at the Cornish Fair in Maine, correct? That's where you go out there and you show him what you got.
See, the horse has the benefit, though, because I announced the race to him at the same time that I'm driving the race, and I'm saying he's making a big move on the outside. Looks like a winning move. Hopefully he'll catch it and pay attention.
A little high vibe going to the horse. They give him some confidence. Well, we have some work to do. Any jokes you want to tell? One thing about Bill, he always has a funny joke to tell, and a clean one. You don't hear many of those nowadays, do you? But I know you got one in there somewhere.
Looking for a clean joke for tonight? I'll give you one later.
Fair enough. A little tease for you guys out there. All right. Well, we're going to head to a commercial break, but stick around because Bill and I will be giving out awards in this show.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Okay, before we skedaddle for a couple minutes, let's find out where and when you can see our Standardbred stars each week. The exciting live harness racing in Delaware is currently taking place at Dover Downs from Monday through Thursday, with a first race post time of 4:30 p.m. And when you come out for the great live racing, make sure you check out the fabulous and fun race and sportsbook at Dover Downs for non-stop simulcasting action. You can watch and cheer on your favorite harness and thoroughbred horses from all across the country from noon to midnight. And remember, there's always free parking and free admission at Dover Downs. For more information, just call 302-674-4600 or visit them on the web at doverdowns.com.
Welcome back to a very special post time, bringing you the glitz and glamour from the Delaware Standardbred Owners Association Awards Extravaganza. Right now, we're going to head to Harrington Raceway and check out some stars from the 2017 meet.
First, let's find out who won Harrington's 2017 Claimer of the Meet, as honored by the DSOA.
They race up the backstretch now, heading toward 3/4, and Scootin' Metro on the outside has gone up and joined Lady Beth. That's Electric Z-Tam in third outside, Ideal Truth up into fourth, then comes Who Dat Heather. They went by 3/4, 128-1. They're into the far turn. Lady Beth by about a length. Scootin' Metro races on the outside, Electric Z-Tam with the rail. Then comes Ideal Truth, followed by Who Dat Heather. They come to the top of the stretch. Turning for home, Lady Beth, a 2-length lead again. Lady Beth, Electric Z-Tam, Scootin' Metro, Ideal Truth farther out. Coming through the stretch, Lady Beth has pulled away. Lady Beth, Electric Z-Tam is going to be second, Scootin' Metro third, Ideal Truth fourth in 156-1.
It was Lady BETH, owned and trained by the husband-wife team of Paul and Lorie Davis. The pacer had 14 starts with 7 wins, 2 seconds, 3 thirds, and over 17 grand in earnings at the half-mile meet. The award was presented by DSOA Director Valerie Warnick, and we caught up with Paul and Lorie to learn more about Lady BETH and this special honor.
It means a lot to us. You know, hard work pays off.
Describe how you're feeling about this honor.
It's great. I mean, the horse is well deserving of it.
But is working with your significant other all it's cracked up to be?
I have absolutely no issues. It's a dream come true.
It really is. I mean, we get along very well.
And of course, the Davises wanted to show gratitude to their talented drivers.
I'd like to thank Alan Davis, Jonathan Roberts, and Ross Wolfenden. They all did a great job driving her. She's not the easiest horse to drive. You could say she's a lunatic, and they all have handled her great, and I want to thank them all.
Now let's take a look at the trotter of the meet at Harrington Raceway.
Field races up the backstretch. Wind of the North. Celebrity Pegasus on the outside up to join the leader. I Like My Boss back to third alongside Awesome Valley 5 Towns Trails. They go by 3/4 in 1:25 and 4/5 into the final turn. Wind of the North a half-lane lead. Celebrity Pegasus. Inside I Like My Boss. Outside Awesome Valley 5 Towns continues to trail, and they're at the top of the stretch with Wind of the North having the lead, turning for home. Wind of the North, Celebrity Pegasus. I Like My Boss down the inside coming through the stretch. It's Wind of the North with the lead. Wind of the North, I Like My Boss, Celebrity Pegasus. Wind of the North, Celebrity Pegasus, I Like My Boss. 153 and 4.
Wind of the North took home this special DSOA honor. The top trotter, owned by Daryl Bier and Joanne Dombeck, had 11 starts with 6 wins, 3 seconds, and over 61 grand bankrolled at the meet. DSOA Director Kirby, who drove Wind of the North, presented this award to the incredible high steppers trainer, Jenny Bier. And our final award from the Harrington Raceway 2017 season is for Horse of the Meet.
They make their way midway up the backstretch. Ideal Ice. Liberty School races up on the outside into second. Fearless Chance back to third. That's Miss Profitability outside, fourth with the rail. Dreaming Silly is fifth. 3/4 in 1:26. They're on the final turn. Ideal Ice by a little bit more than a length. Liberty School on the outside. Fearless Chance toward the rail. Dreaming Silly, nowhere to go. Miss Profitability 3 wide. At the top of the stretch, Ideal Ice now has moved away. Ideal Ice has opened up 3 lanes coming through the stretch. Ideal Ice is gone. Ideal Ice, and then it's Fearless Chance trying to hold second. Ideal Ice, Fearless Chance, and holding third was Dreaming Silly in 154 and 2.
It was Ideal Ice who took home this award of excellence. Owned by husband and wife team of Brian and Carrie Malone and trained by Brian, the Lady Pacer had 11 starts with 7 wins, 3 seconds, and almost $49,000 earned at the meet. DSOA Director Russell McKinnon was the presenter of this high equine honor. Post Time chatted with the Malones to learn more about Ideal Ice, her performances, and her personality.
Well, on the track, she's a little bit of a hot horse. You got to keep her calm, and she likes to have things her own way. Other than that, she's pretty simple. Off the track, she's a doll baby. Real quiet, does anything you like. Pleasure to work around. Kids can enjoy taking her to the paddock and back and forth. And inside the paddock, she's fun to work around as well. Yeah, her last race at Harrington Raceway was really special to us. I had a feeling that she would be leaving. There was a gentleman that was interested in purchasing her, and she raced really well for us, and we really miss her a lot, but it's business.
Brian and Carrie have been partners on several successful horses, and when they own together, they make decisions together.
The only situation I own a horse with him together is that he can't make any decisions without me.
Now, is that by choice or is that he just can't help it?
No, it's by choice, because the minute he does, I'm calling like, what are you doing? So anything that gets about the horses being sold, he's got to come to me first.
And of course, a big thanks went out to Ideal Ice's driver.
I'd like to thank Jonathan for driving her. I think he drove her every start at Harrington Raceway, and he done really well with her. Even when I first purchased the horse, Carrie and I, Jonathan met me at Harrington Raceway and trained her for me, and we rigged her up and got her set up the way we'd like to race her. That stuff goes a long way. So I definitely have to thank him, and I have to thank Carrie for letting me keep buying these horses.
Congrats to all of our Harrington Raceway DSOA award winners. We're going to take a little hiatus, but first, this.
Okay, everybody. Bill promised a good, clean joke. We've had you on the edge of your seats, I am sure. So I'm really building this up. No pressure. Okay, Bill.
So a guy walks into a bar and he says to the bartender, he says, give me a beer before the problem starts. And so he drinks it down, and he says to the bartender a few minutes later, he says, give me another beer before the problem starts. Well, after the 5th beer, the bartender comes over. He says, when are you going to pay for those beers? He goes, now the problem's starting.
I told you it would be great. But bump.
Okay, now we'll head to a quick break and get ready to see some Dover Downs winners from the DSOA Awards Banquet. So keep it right here.
Welcome back to Post Time and the Delaware Standardbred Owners Association Awards Banquet. Now, in our last segment, we covered the top equines from Harrington Raceway. And in this segment, we're going to check out some stars from Dover Downs.
First up, let's see who won the Dover Downs Claimer of the Meet.
They go toward the back stretch. Guilty with an excuse. I like my boss on the outside. Mr. Right has the rail. Then comes Man of Muscle in 4th on the outside, Strong Hope. They race up the back stretch with Guilty with an Excuse leading by just a neck. I like my boss racing on the outside. Mr. Right is there, 3 wide. That's Drinks for the House. Trying to get around Strong Hope. Down inside, Man of Muscle. Winsong and Genius trying to come back into it 3 wide. They go by 3/4. 126 3/5. They're midway on the final turn. Guilty with an Excuse. I like my boss. Mr. Right just waits there. Then it's Drinks for the House, followed by Man of Muscle. They're at the top of the stretch now, turning for home. And Guilty with an Excuse turns home with the lead. Guilty with an Excuse. Mr. Right back into second. Outside, I like my boss. Farther out, Drinks for the House. Coming toward the wire, pulling away is Guilty with an Excuse. Then it's going to be Mr. Right and maybe Drinks for the House, 155-1.
It was Guilty with an Excuse who brought home the award with a record of 7 wins, 4 seconds, and 1/3 out of 14 races, with over 41 grand in earnings at the meet vying in claiming competitions. The equine was owned by RBH Ventures and Kyle Spagnola Racing, and DSOA Director Richard Ashley presented the award to trainer Jim King Jr., who told us how deserving the trotter was to get this award.
The horse certainly earned it. He was a really nice horse for the class. Unfortunately, we had a class that I could keep putting him in time after time, but he was consistent, and week after week he went out and did his job. He would always finish up good, and he would accept the challenges. He was pretty easy keeper. He's a little, as we would say, strong in the face. On the racetrack he was a little rank, but with the right equipment he was manageable, and it made it pretty easy. Actually, his vet work was very minimal, so it made it pretty profitable for the owner.
And of course, King gave special thanks to those involved in the success of Guilty with an Excuse.
Well, for sure the connections that sent him to me and gave me the opportunity to work with him. The caretaker, Kate Moore, she did a tremendous job with this horse, and of course my drivers, they always did a good job with this horse. He was a fun horse.
Now let's take a look at the Dover Downs Trotter of the meet.
57 seconds as they trot toward the back stretch. Hollywood Highway, 2 lengths. Marley's Guy. Celebrity Pegasus on the outside. Down along the rail is Stream Song. Out comes Lucky 10K to try and follow Celebrity Pegasus. They trot midway up the backstretch. And it's Hollywood Highway. The lead is a length and a half. Closing in is Celebrity Pegasus. Marley's Guy back to third. Lucky 10K is on the outside of Stream Song. They race on the final turn, 3/4, 125. They're midway on that final turn. Hollywood Highway, Celebrity Pegasus, inside Marley's Guy. Then comes Stream Song. Dropping back is Lucky 10K. Coming to the top of the stretch, turning for home, Hollywood Highway. Celebrity Pegasus still coming on the outside. Back to third is Marley's Guy. They straighten away. And it's Hollywood Highway, Celebrity Pegasus. Marley's Guy down a passing lane. It'll be Hollywood Highway to win it. Celebrity Pegasus and Marley's Guy in 153 and 2.
Hollywood Highway, owned by Thomas Dillon, took home this big honor. The Standardbred standout competed 10 times with 5 wins, 4 seconds, and had earnings of over $41,000 at the meet for trainer Doug Lewis. DSOA First Vice President Brenda Bramble made the presentation to caretaker Wendy Buxton. Finally, at Delaware's 5/8 mile oval, let's see who was honored as the DSOA Horse of the Meet.
55 and 3/5 on their way to the backstretch, with Barbara's Shadow having the lead. Pandaman C on the outside, Barefoot Julie with the rail. Special Celebration is fourth. Then it's 2 or 3 lanes to the big bankroll. She's a game major next. On the outside, Shalara goes by Lady Hart. They race to the far turn. Barbara's Shadow, followed by Barefoot Julie. Pandaman C backs away. Out, maybe going back in, will be Special Celebration. 3/4, 123 around the far turn. The leader is Barbara's Shadow. Barefoot Julie is there. Outside is Special Celebration. Back to the rail, Panama C at the top of the stretch. Big turn for home, and Barbara's Shadow is opened up now. The lead is 2.5 lanes. Barefoot Julie giving chase in second, coming toward the wire. Barbara's Shadow, Barefoot Julie, up into third comes Special Celebration in 151 and 2.
Barbara's Shadow earned this award with 14 starts that included 7 victories, 2 seconds, and 3 thirds. She picked up almost $74,000 at the Dover meet. The pacer was trained by Leigh Raymer, who owns the standout with driver Vic Kirby and Brian Hoffecker. DSOA Director Charles Marsh presented the award, and we caught up with owner-trainer Leigh Raymer.
I haven't had Leigh on the show for a long time. In fact, your last name, I don't even think was Raymer back then, right?
No, Nickel.
Yeah. So tell me, how's life? You've been married. Give your husband a shout out. You got a kid. Tell me about your kid.
It's been great. It's been a whirlwind. I got married. We started a big stable. Then we had Lorie. Then we decided to not have a big stable. So it's been ups and downs, but it's been fast, and I love every minute.
Talking about fast, let's talk about the horse, Barbara's Shadow. So tell me a little bit about her, like personality-wise, in the stall, on the track. What's she like?
She is a horse that likes individuals. So she's attached to certain things, I think. Like when we first got her, she loved her goat. We had a goat. She loved the goat. Now she's with Victor, and I think she's in love with Victor. So she tends to be like she has to have something to attach to, and she seems to be really happy that way.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Yeah. So
I know it is funny to think to love Victor.
Well, I was thinking I'm attached to like peanut M&Ms, So and maybe next week it might be Snickers. So who knows? Oh, it's so funny. I'm gonna totally get off track here, but actually one of my New Year's resolutions is obviously to lose a couple pounds. I heard about your New Year's resolution, right? Because you got a toddler. Tell me about it. It's so funny.
I have a filthy mouth, so I have decided to stop cussing. And it all goes well except for when I get mad, and I'm pretty quick-tempered, so I got to hold it together.
Well, you have red hair, so it goes along right.
That's a great excuse if you want to say that. I just say bad temperament, but hey.
So we'll get back to Barbara now. Sometimes, you know me, I get off track a little bit, no pun intended. But is there a favorite race from Dover?
I think every time we watched her, I was always on the edge of my seat. But she was a horse that, you know, we have a couple horses in the barn that every time they race, she had confidence. And she was one of them. And you didn't think too much about it. I think when she started to decide that she needed a break, it got a little hairy because we had so much confidence in her. But every race she went out was always exciting because you knew she was giving it her all.
I want to mention also she is racing at Dover this meet. Just picked up a win, so you're thinking big things again this meet?
I just hope that she can continue her regular form. You know, it takes her, she'll do really well, and then she'll decide she needs a break, and she's really good at telling us that. So, you know, the fact that she's back to her old form right now is really exciting.
Thank you, Leigh, for being on the show, and good luck with your resolution.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all of the Delaware Standardbred Owners Association Award winners. Post Time wishes you continued racing luck in the future. Let's take a look at that DSOA Dover Downs Horse of the Meet from last season as she continues to show off her winning ways in 2018. Of course, that's number 6, Barbara Shadow. Take it away, announcer Jack Gallagher.
Well, there goes St. Kitts out for the lead. Also moving out is Cover Up Hall. Down toward the inside, that's Springforth. On the outside, that's Barbara Shadow looking for a spot. Down toward the inside, Art Frenzy is 5th. Racing up in 6th in the shadows, followed by the early trailers. Sayulita and Miss Miette as they make the way midway on the first turn. And up to get the lead is St. Kitts. Here comes a rush up on the outside by Barbara Shadow, the way after St. Kitts. Opening quarter was 26 and 4/5, and Barbara Shadow has gone up and gotten the lead. St. Kitts is back to 2nd, racing 3rd. Cover Up Hall. Next is Springforth and 4th, racing 5th, Art Frenzy. At the end, in the shadows, Sayulita and the trailer is Miss Miette as they race into the clubhouse turn. Barbara Shadow's on top. It's a length and a half. St. Kitts races in 2nd. Coming to the outside now. Springforth moves up from 4th into 3rd. Cover Up Hall back to 4th. On the outside, Art Frenzy. Then it's in the shadows. Trailers as they go to the backstretch. Sayulita and Miss Miette, 55 and 3/5. They head up the backstretch. Barbara Shadow's got the lead. It's about a length and a half. Racing on the outside, Springforth, St. Kitts with the rail. Then comes Cover Up Holes back to 4th. Trying to move up on the outside in the shadows. They race into the far turn, and it's Barbara Shadow. 3/4, 124 and 1. Barbara Shadow almost 2 lengths. St. Kitts is racing in 2nd, backing away. Springforth in the shadows, forced 3 wide. Inside, Cover Up Hall. Field comes toward the top of the stretch with Barbara Shadow opening up now. It's 2.5 or 3 lengths. St. Kitts followed by Cover Up Hall. They straighten away, and Barbara Shadow. Barbara Shadow's got the lead in mid-stretch. Being chased on by St. Kitts. Coming to the outside, Cover Up Hall. It'll be Barbara Shadow, St. Kitts, and Cover Up Hall. 152 and 2.
Barbara Shadow, who was the Delaware Standardbred Owners Association Dover Downs Horse of the Meet for last season, continues to put her competitors in her shadow as she wins another one, this time in 152 and 2. The 5-year-old mare is owned by Leigh Raymer, Brian Hoffecker, and Vic Kirby, who is also the trainer and the driver.
Thank you so much for joining me this morning for some glitz and glamour at our Delaware Standardbred Owners Association Awards Banquet.
The exciting live harness racing in Delaware is currently taking place at Dover Downs from Monday through Thursday with a first race post time of 4:30 p.m. And when you come out for the great live racing, make sure you check out the fabulous and fun race and sports book at Dover Downs for non-stop simulcasting action. You can watch and cheer on your favorite harness and thoroughbred horses from all across the country from noon to midnight. And remember, there's always free parking and free admission at Dover Downs. For more information, just call 302-674-4600 or visit them on the web at doverdowns.com.
Thanks again so much for tuning in. Drive home safely. Have a wonderful week, and God bless.
I hear that train coming, it's coming around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since out on the wind. Well, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, time keeps dragging on. Hear a little whistle off the old sand. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy. If you ever play with them guns, well, I shot a man in Reno just to wash him down.